Hello, it is November 12th. It's 12:53 a.m. Let's talk about the Leetcode problem today. It's called bus routes. It's a hard, and rightfully so. I had to copy the editorial solution for today. And so let's get into it. We are given this 2D array called routes, and what this is for the ith item array in routes, that is the stops that bus I goes to. And we are given a source bus number and a target bus number. And we are trying to calculate the number of buses it takes to get from source to target when we switch buses at these stops. So we have a base case. If source is equal to target, we want to return 0. We don't care about that. And this is our big graph right here. It's called adjacency list, and it's a hash map of integer and array list. And what we do is we want to populate this hash map. We check if it already exists, each route. If it does, we want to update it. If it doesn't, then we want to create a new one. And what we do is we add the route given, and we put all the stops inside. And after we populate this list, we want to know how the number of buses it takes to get from start to finish. So we start off with a queue. This is typical for a BFS approach. So that is what we're doing because the graph is unweighted, which means that according to the editorial, a BFS is going to be more appropriate than Dijkstra's algorithm, which we did yesterday. So what we're going to do is we check all the routes in the adjacency list. We check all the stops that the source bus stops at, and we want to add it to the queue because we want to analyze these stops and see what other stops we can get to. And we also want to add it to the visited list. We start the bus count with 1 because we just visited 1. And while the queue of stops is not empty, we want to analyze all of these stops. We want to look at the stops of the stops, and we want to check if it equals the target, in which case we would return the bus count. And if else, then we want to add all the new stops to the queue through here, and we would increase bus count by 1, and it should return bus count in this big while loop. If it exists, and if it doesn't, then we would return -1. Definitely a hard problem. Humbled again by the hard weekend problems. Hopefully we bounce back tomorrow with the weekday problems. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you found this informative. I'll see you tomorrow.